All right, you're wanting to set up mstream and you'll want to use it when you're not at home. That's perfect because that's what we're here to do today. You can see from my Docker homepage that mstream is already set up on my system, but don't worry, I'm still going to guide you through this because it's not that difficult. It really isn't. Now, this video is going to operate under the assumption that you already have Docker installed and running, and you also know how to use Docker Compose. If you don't, and you're not familiar with Docker Compose, pause this video, go get Docker Compose, become just a little familiar with it, come back, unpause the video. Are you ready? All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to wherever you put your Docker Compose files. For me, it's under Mount, Common Drive, and then Docker. You're going to make an mstream folder or whatever you want to name the mstream folder so you remember that that's exactly what it is. Inside this folder, you're going to have absolutely nothing. I want you to right-click and do Open in Terminal. And you can see I've already got multiple terminals running for some stupid reason. And I've already done this one other time, but we're going to go ahead and do it again anyway. Nano. So that's your favorite text editor for, terminal. It's just Nano or whatever one you want to use. Type that in. And then compose.yml. Yours will be blank. Mine is not, because I've already got it up and running. But here's what you need. You need to tell it services and then mstream. The next line will tell it where to get the mstream image from. That is, the image is lscr.io Linux server mstream : latest. Tells it to get the newest or latest version of mstream. Then on the next line, it's container _name : and then whatever you want your Docker container to be named. I kept mine as mstream just to keep it simple. Your environment variables. You need the PUID and PGID of your user, which defaults usually to 1000 on each on most Linux distros. If yours is different, you need to go find out what your PUID and PGID are. Yeah, there you go. What they are, and put them in here. The time zone you can set if you want. I have not actually set this for mine. I'm not ETC UTC. The more important parts here, volumes. This first one tells it where the configuration files are for mstream. So of course mine's under Mount, Common, Docker, mstream, which is the folder you just saw me go to, and then /data, which you can see right here above this box, is the data folder. And it's going to label that as /config inside the actual Docker container. And these next ones from here down on the volumes, you are going to mount every music directory for every user that you want using your streaming service. So my first one is MNT, Backups, Music, Giovanni, and in the mstream service, that is just going to be labeled as /Giovanni. The same with the next one, but it's going to be labeled as /Geosgirl for my wife. Down from there, we have ports. Now you can tell mine are not identical because my port 3000 is already in use. You need to keep the right port at whatever that service actually requires. In this case, it's port 3000. But my internal port 3000 is already used by another Docker container. So I've got it set to go port 3100 will then forward me to 3000, knowing that it's sending me to the mstream service because it's 3100 that it's forwarding from. From there, you can just Control O to save, and then Control X to exit. And the bottom line, the restart unless stop just tells the Docker container that unless you specifically use a service like Container, like I do, and you stop it, that is the only time it will fully stop. If you use an automated updating system like Watchtower, and it goes in and updates the Docker container for you whenever a new one's able to be pulled for mstream, it will take it down, update it. You didn't stop it, so this is going to automatically pull it right back up and keep your mstream service going. So we're going to go ahead and save that and then Control X to exit. And you can see you've got your compose.yml file now here. And it has all the stuff that you just put in it. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and pause the video here, copy this down, type it out however you need to do this to get it on your system. But then back over here, I would do DCU. If you want to know how to make alias shortcuts the way I do, I have another video for that. I'll leave a link for you. That way you can, pause this video, or at the end of it, you can go watch that one or whatever you want. That way you can learn how to make aliases instead of typing out long drawn out commands all the time. But my DCU actually is for Docker compose up -d. So this is what you're going to type. It's just docker-compose up -d in your mstream folder. That will tell it, hey, go ahead and grab the mstream services, pull them to my system, and then create the Docker container for that and start running the service. Once that is up and running, you can go to Pertainer or whatever manager you use. You'll see here, it's my mstream is right here. And it's listed over here under the 3100:3000 that I set it to. So then we can pull up a new window and just do localhost : and then whatever you set that left-hand port to, which is -3100. That takes me straight to my mstream. You can see mine's already all set up here because I've already went through all this. So I've got the /Giovanni here with all this music in it. Yes, I love Metallica and, German music and all that stuff. Don't judge. You listen to you, I'll listen to me. Deal with it. But what we're first going to do in here is go to the admin panel down the left-hand side. And you need to actually select those directories. You'll see down here that I've got Giovanni is /Giovanni, Geo's Girl is /GeoGirl, and the library is just the /music. If you just want to leave it as the default, that's perfectly fine. You can. If you're going to be the only user, you don't have to set all those extra variables like I did with those groups. You can literally just leave it to the, /MNT, /Docker, /music, wherever your music is. But if you're going to set multiple directories for multiple people, you'll come in here and click up here where it says Select Directory. Under File Explorer, click Back. And then you'll go down here and you'll see where it's just Giovanni and Geo's Girl. I'd select the Giovanni. And then if I don't want to give access to all users, you'll uncheck the box and click Add Folder. And then that folder will be displayed down here below. And you can do the same thing with all other folders that you want for specific users. When you're done with that, we're going to go to Users. And you'll type in a username. Like mine, I did for Giovanni. And then, you know what? While we're sitting here, I will go ahead and make the one for my wife. Nice short password because, whatever. And then I'm going to uncheck library, uncheck Giovanni, and just leave it at her directory. I'm not going to make her an admin because I don't want her messing with stuff that she's not familiar with. And we'll click Add User. Look at that. She now has her own account on here. She can listen to music whenever she wants. But for right now, we're only able to access this through the localhost method or directly through the network. So we have to be at home to listen to this music. And what's the point in that? We want to use this wherever we're at, whenever we're there, without limitations. So go ahead and close out of your mstream admin. And what we're going to do is set up something called tailscale. That is tailscale.com, tailscale.com. You can go here, create an account. If you already have one, just log in. I do apologize, my throat is very dry today. Now you're going to add whatever system your Docker container is running on. Mine is called GeoHost. And I added that down here as a Linux system. And you can just do the add device and add it in there. If it's your first one, it should go in really quick and easy. From there on, you need to add your phone. So what you're going to do is grab your phone up, download the Tailscale app on your phone, log into it using the same email address and password that you just made. and that will add it to this virtual network. And you can see here under addresses that Tailscale is giving each device that you add its own virtual IP address. This is important. You're going to need the one for the system that is running your Docker containers. So my GeoHost, I would come over here and I would copy down this IP address that it gave me. Write it down on a piece of paper, type it out on a notepad in your phone, whatever you have to do to be able to remember this, because you're going to need it. Now, once you get your Linux host system on Tailscale and any devices that you want to access your music, so your phone, your wife's phone, kids' phones, a laptop that you're going to take with you to other places, whatever, get those all on this Tailscale network. From there, you're going to download the mstream service on your phone or device that you're wanting to use outside of your network, like when you're out in the car driving around, or staying at a hotel on vacation or whatever. So you're going to have the Tailscale app and the mstream app installed on your phone. Run Tailscale, make sure it's connected to the Tailscale service. If you're on an Android phone, you should just be able to swipe down from the top of your screen and you'll see Tailscale running, and you can just tap on connect or disconnect whenever you do or don't want to be on that virtual network. Open up your mstream app. In this app, when you first load it up, you're going to see 4 input boxes. The first one will be the URL. That URL is going to be http:// and then the IP address that Tailscale gave you, not your actual IP address, not your network IP address from home. The 192.168, all that. No, it's none of those. You are going to input the Tailscale IP address that they gave you for your Linux Docker system. The port will be whatever internal port, that left port that you designated. If you left both of those at 3000:3000, put in 3000. If you changed it like me to the 3100:3000, then in that port field, you're going to put 3100. Below that is the username and password. Self-explanatory here, people. All you do is type in the username that you created on your mstream service and the password that you created. Like I just created that one for my wife called Geo's Girl. No, I'm not telling you the password. Get over yourself. Use yours. Put in your login and your password that you gave yourself. Make sure you're connected to your Tailscale system and hit go. That's it. You're done. You are now on your virtual network using mstream, and you can play your music wherever you're at. And just make sure you're always connected to that Tailscale system to do so. This works with other services too, like Plex and any type of streaming service that you can set up. You can Tailscale all of them, so you don't have to open all these ports to the internet and become vulnerable to all the attackers out there that want to do bad shit to you. Don't do it. Just use virtualization like this and you're golden. You can access your stuff from anywhere now. If this video helped you out, don't forget to help me out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hell, leave a comment if you want, letting people know that I'm awesome and how awesome you are, because you got your Docker set up and you're ready to listen to music now. So rock the hell on and get out of here and start enjoying your day.